Good morning, Guardians. Briar Rabbit here. We have a ton of news to get through today, so let's just jump right in. Over the last couple of weeks, we have talked a lot about Destiny's Owl Sector ARG. This morning, it looks like we finally see its conclusion and the reward for solving its riddle. What started as a massive line of code turned out to be a crowdsourced jigsaw puzzle. The codemasters on Destiny's Reddit page proved up to the challenge, assembled the puzzle, and came up with this. Essentially a map of the specific cylinders in the cylinder room of the Wrath of the Machine raid. Once players step on all 4 cylinders marked with circles in this map, a loud noise occurs and the monitors are activated back in the server room. This is where Datto and Math Class come in. The Math Class figured out the monitors and shared the info on Twitch. One of the monitors corresponds to the rows of cylinders, and the other corresponds to the columns. The monitor spit out a binary code that must be translated into a decimal digit. This can be done simply just by translating using a graph like this. The monitors will give you 4 sets of cylinders to jump on in order, and then the pyramid will open. The pyramid contains a chest, and the final monitor needed to unlock the hidden chest that is revealed after defeating Axis below the final areas of the raid. This chest contains a quest item to start the exotic pulse rifle quest, Outbreak Prime. Did all this sound confusing enough? Yeah, I thought so. So in the description, I will drop some links to the resources you need to get this puzzle solved. The map of the cylinders to activate the monitors, the Siva engine puzzle solver, and Datto's video explaining the entire quest. It's a really good video. I highly recommend checking it out. Is Outbreak Prime worth all the effort? Well, my friend Tefty Teft already has a video up with initial impressions of this new weapon. There will be a link in the description. So I certainly know what I'll be doing on today's stream. This is an incredible ARG from Bungie. Those of us who were a bit disappointed by the simplicity of the Sleeper Simulant quest in the Taken King should have no such complaints here. This really did require a Herculean effort by many people to unlock, and it seems the weapon you get as a reward is in fact worth the effort. GG's Bungie. Next up, since Rise of Iron, many of us have been missing third-party apps' ability to rate armor grades. If you're unsure exactly what this means, each piece of armor has different intellect, discipline, or strength rolls, which can be higher or lower based on RNG. If you can get very good rolls on all your armor, it's possible to have more abilities charged up more of the time. Armor with great rolls on it can be rare, but is worth using if you find it. But knowing you have it when you do find it can be a challenge. Well, that's where third-party apps come in. The apps can rate the armor to tell you if it's worth infusing or if it's just better to dismantle it for legendary marks. This feature has been missing since the Rise of Iron drop, but now it seems the latest version of Ishtar Commander has brought it back with the release of their newest update. The app is currently available on iOS and Android right now. The last thing I wanted to talk about today was yesterday's Kotaku article that leaked a bunch of rumors surrounding the development of Destiny 2. I made a video covering all of the rumors yesterday, which I would highly recommend you check out if you missed it, but what I wanted to address today is the unrest some in the community seem to feel about the game coming to PC. The main arguments I'm hearing are that the competitive players will all move to PC and the game will be more open to hacking if it is available on PC. As far as competitive play, I don't really see it moving off consoles. The game's initial fan base is on PS4 and Xbox One. The game has been designed with controllers as the primary input since the beginning, and frankly, I wouldn't worry about this too much. The Halo games made the jump to PC, but the competitive scene remained on consoles. Call of Duty is released on PC every year, but again, the competitive scene remains on consoles. I just don't see it as being that big a concern. I also suspect that the Destiny PS4 exclusivity period is a long-term deal. We all know Destiny has been planned as a 10-year game, and I don't think Activision and Sony would have ignored that when setting up this partnership. Sony got burned hard when Call of Duty had a deal with Microsoft. It clearly became the place to play the game. The Xbox 360 had early content for 10 years. Sony saw this happen in the last generation, snatched up the Call of Duty deal when it became available, and my suspicion is signed up Activision for long-term deals on both Call of Duty and Destiny, which means if you want all the newest stuff first, PS4 is still the place to get it. But that is speculation. As far as the game being more hackable on the PC, well, that's on Bungie to solve, but for the most part, the characters and weapons all live on a server, so I wouldn't expect much manipulation there. And if we restrict players' ability to play Destiny based on what they might do, we lose out on a ton of potential new players, members of the community who could be adding so much to the game we love. I'd rather see more people playing Destiny rather than less, and by releasing a PC version of Destiny 2, Bungie could be opening the game up to millions of players who didn't have a chance to play it before. And to me, that's a great thing. But please, Bungie, let us move our characters between platforms instead of having to start over on each one, please. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you have a topic you'd like to see covered in an upcoming show, tweet me with the hashtag GoodMorningGuardians. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.